Thank you for tuning back into the JP Lopez Show. Guys, I got a very great episode this week. Got another all-woman panel. Got the wife on the episode. Got the sister-in-law on the episode. If you guys are looking for any special, one-of-a-kind, one-of-one gifts, specially twisted on all social media, look at the work that she does. But if you're listening to it, I'm showing this piece on the YouTube if you want to go and check it out. But specially twisted is her business, and these are the products that she makes. This was great. I would really love to have Christy back and have her share her story. She is a light. I tell you, there's this lady has gone through a lot of pain, and just to hear her story and hear the uplifting messages that she shares and it's nothing short of amazing. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate all of you. And if you could please like, share, subscribe, share the episode with a friend, family, coworker. Just really help me get my reach out there and expand the reach. I would really appreciate it. It's the JP Lopez Show.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
It's the JP Lopez Show.
Welcome back to the JP Lopez Show. Man, I got a special freaking episode for you guys today. I have the wonderful sister-in-law. She's on the panel today, and she's come to spotlight her business. I've got a very old school, from actual school friend, Christy.
The real friend,
Yeah.
actually. Just joking.
The one that matters.
Yeah.
And of course, the lovely wife is sitting in on.
Of course.
I'm doing better on introducing my guests
Good job,
because
babe.
I'm an hour in and I'm like, oh, I never introduced my fucking guest. So, Deanna, can you plug and promote what you got going on?
Yes. So I own a crochet shop. So I make plushies and Bible book covers and car plant hangers. And honestly, it's just growing. I'm creating my own patterns, and I'm going to be selling those pretty soon. And my shop's name is Specially Twisted, and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook and eventually Etsy. Not right now. I'm still working, like I said, on my patterns and stuff like that. So
Specially Twisted.
Specially Twisted.
When's your next show?
Oh, you can find me at Wolford Farmers Market every Saturday and on some Sundays. So on Sundays, sometimes I switch it up since Wolford Market just started doing Sunday night markets. And so if there's any changes like with my schedule and stuff, that I'm going to put it on my pages so you know where I'm going to be next and stuff like that.
I wanted to bring you on because your product is freaking awesome.
Thank you.
You're so talented.
We bought several items from you, and
Yeah.
the wife absolutely adores them. But yeah, your family, blah blah blah. But bro, those shits are nice,
Thank you.
really
Thank
nice.
You. I enjoy making them.
You can tell you put your heart in it.
I do. I really do. Yeah. I love it.
And also too, shout out to you selling out at the First Friday Art Show.
I know.
How'd that feel?
It felt
for real?
really good. Yeah, it felt good to see all the reactions to my product, as well as, I mean, they bought it all, you know?
So
that.
your very last item, right? Mm-hmm. Are you like, you need that, right, to win in
Yeah.
your mind? You need that
Like,
to sell in
just
your.
one more.
Do you lower the price, or do you like?
I've done it in the past.
No, that Friday.
Oh, okay,
Your
on that
last
one,
item.
No. It's funny because like I had my plushies, like I had made a mouse, and it has overalls, so it looks like that if you give a mouse a cookie, and that was the last one that I had left, and I had it on a doll stand. And me and Larry, my husband, are just talking, looking around and everything. And then somebody passed by, and you wouldn't have expected him you know, like anyone will buy my stuff, but you know, I'm just like,
I get it.
it was
I
a
get
gentleman
it, yeah.
passing by, and he would just look like he was in a hurry, and then he stopped there, and he was like, "How much is that?" And I told him, and he was like, "I'll take it." And me and Larry, we just looked at each other, and then he took it. We told him thank you. He walked off, and me and Larry high-fived. We're like, "Yes, I did it!" So it felt so good.
Your face on your picture that you took, Larry, of her, I was like, just joy.
But also, too, you sold out kind of early, right? Because it was still daylight in your picture.
It
Yeah.
was probably maybe 45 minutes before the
Dude,
show
that's
ended.
badass,
Yeah.
bro.
That's
So
awesome.
it was,
Yeah.
it
I'm
was
so
awesome.
proud of you.
Thank you, thank you. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
definitely.
very proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I ask y'all something?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are very in tune with your faith, very in tune with God now. But when it was new to y'all, did y'all know how to pray?
No.
How,
I didn't.
like, can you tell me or explain to me, like, your first prayers, your thought process, like, because I'm sure it was kind of foreign, right? Or no?
Who wants to go first?
Oh, well, like for me, before I would just pray, like my prayers would be basic, like God help me through this day. I pray my kids have a good day. Thank you for being here with me. Amen. You know, like
but that's
short,
when we
sweet.
were kids.
Yes,
you know.
but
But-
I kind of took myself out of church whenever I became, you know, moved out on my own and everything. And so, I mean, I had an immature mind in the spirit, you know, like I hadn't grown. And so, as I started to go back to church, I mean, fully, like, full on giving everything to the church and God, I don't know, like it was like in summer last year, and I started to see my prayers start to change. I started to listen because I was going to church. I'm hearing the word, hearing what we need to pray. You know, like what's important, what we need to be asking God for, and being more specific in my prayers. So like now, it's not just like
And then even having scriptures in your prayers as
yeah,
well.
definitely. So like now, like I, you know, would say I used to deal with anxiety like a whole lot, and I still do at times. But now I'm able to just, when I pray about it, I'm just like, oh, not just like God help me with my anxiety. I'm like, God help me to overcome the fears that I have when I know I shouldn't have any fears. Thank you, or you know, be here for me to feel comforted. Take the nervousness out of me. You know, I get more in depth of
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Because I read the Bible more, and I am starting to go to church on a regular basis, and so I'm learning, I'm growing, and so with that, you learn how to talk to God as well as learn how to stop and listen as well.
Yeah.
So it's just as you mature in your faith at a young age or old age, doesn't matter, the same thing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, like even though it was later on in my life, like I mean, it's the right time, you know, like it happened, so this is the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just growing in faith with God and listening. It helps a lot with your prayers.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of practicing as well, too,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah.
Just like anything else.
The one thing how I always begin my prayers is I thank God for just everything. Like, thank you, Lord. Like, just thank you for waking me up. Thanking Him instead of, usually people are like, we pray for the things that we want, but most of the time it's like, you want to pray for the things that God has done for you or doing for you, the small things, you know. And like me, I have a habit of just like, I do it throughout the day. Like sometimes you get a relationship with the Lord and you just, you know, you're just speaking with Him throughout the day. And, you know, even like in your mind, like if you're at your desk, like, you know, thank you, Lord, or when I'm driving, things like that. More intent is like when I really have like my alone time, like they always say, like give the Lord an hour of your time, you know, because that's all He asks us for. But I don't think like there is a certain way to pray. I feel like whatever is in your heart, and then God will put you to where you need to intercede for someone, and He'll just pop somebody in your head, and you'll just be like, I don't know why I'm praying for this person, Lord, but whatever they got going on, like you lead them through, or you do this, you do that. So
Yeah.
I just think, you know, I don't think there's like a certain right way to pray. It's like it's more what's within your heart
Yeah.
to pray for. You
But
know?
I agree completely with what you're saying. But I just kind of want to add as well, like something we learned in church, or not learned, but like heard in church service, got reminded of, is like we can't just, those 5-minute, 10-minute devotionals that we give to God are awesome. But if we're wanting to grow and learn and actually, do His will, become disciples of God, we have to invest more time
Yes.
into our prayer and our reading. And I mean, when you first start going to church, like with me, just started going to church again last year. It's like it was exciting, it was exhilarating, like it was, you felt, it
On a
was-
high.
Yeah, on a high, like you felt joy and happiness. But then of course, like the devil goes in, and then stress galore, like everything comes up, bad things happen. And I mean, that happens before you come to Christ and after you come to Christ. The thing that's different is how you handle
Yeah,
those
because the devil
situations.
don't stop.
No,
Yeah.
because he's gonna even come even harder at you. Like
yeah.
he's gonna push you to your limits, and God is just waiting there for you to ask Him for help. And I mean, He has all the answers. You just gotta, trust in Him and turn to Him, and yeah.
I asked that question because I don't know if you're familiar with my story. I've said it here on the episodes time and time again, but I truly believe that my dad's dying wish was for me to get right with God. He would always tell me, like, you need to start going to church. You need to start going to church. And I honestly hate the fact that I called myself an atheist. Growing, like I just told you, like I grew up in the church, Sunday school every day, but there was just so much shit going on in my life that I'm like, this God's not real, man. Like, I don't understand how I'm going through all this shit and God's not real. And my dad was harping. Just being a dad, you need to go to church, you need to go to church, come with me to church. I was like, fuck that, fuck that. So then my dad's gets sick with cancer. He's on his deathbed. And I think that I do believe, because that's even more fuel for my fire to say there isn't a God. There is no God. But when my mom called my wife and told her that y'all need to come to the house, and then I knew my dad was sick, but I didn't think that he'd passed. And when so we haul ass over there. She knew, but she didn't tell me. And we haul ass over there. So I'm like, what now? What? Like, I still didn't think it was death, but I'm like, what now? What is it now? And when I get there, my mom's crying, everyone's crying, and I was just like, oh shit, my dad passed. And I don't know, like I just turned to God. That was just my first reaction, was to turn to God. And like I said, up until that part, that just gave me more, that you would think, more fuel to even say, like, God, it really isn't real. Anyways, I asked that question and I tell you all that backstory because when I started getting into a prayer life, I had a lot of guilt, like a lot of guilt. I did a lot of bad, did a lot of dirt. I didn't know how to ask for things because I figured I didn't deserve them. I was like, I can't pray for this because I know I don't deserve it. So then I didn't know how to ask or pray for it because the guilt in me was like, you don't deserve the stuff you're praying for.
Yeah, and I think I have a little story of something like that before, like I said, fully devoting my life to God. I was working at the cancer center at UMC, and just tell you that just because there was this nurse there that I felt real comfortable talking with, like she was like a mentor to me, just in what she did and just her personality.
Yeah.
And so I felt comfortable talking to her, and I remember going to her and telling her, I just told her that, like something I experienced at church. And again, this was before, like I started to really, I was still trying to find my way. You know what I mean? So I went to her and I told her, I was like, I don't know why. I was like, I visited church with my mom, and I just felt like I wanted to raise my hands and, sing, but inside of me, I literally felt heavy. Like I couldn't, and I felt, like you said, ashamed, And like, just honestly thinking about that now with you saying that makes me think like that was the devil trying to keep me from getting to where I am right now.
Yeah.
You know, he knew what God had in plan for me, and he knew what was coming, and he knew what I had in me and what I can give to God, and share with the world what God has, and he knew that I was that person, and he got scared. And so I feel like I'm not giving the devil all this credit. I allowed him to
Manipulate you.
yeah, manipulate me and made me feel like I wasn't good enough, and like God is so mighty and he can do any and everything, and I fully believed that at the time. But my inner self kept me from like really feeling, like accepting and believing God can really help me,
I'm
It's
like
kind
you.
of like
I felt like I didn't deserve the good.
it's kind of, it reminds me of like that TikTok where the husband's like saying, "Oh, we just got into a big old fight, and look at my wife, she's in front of the TV praising the Lord," and it could be so. I don't know if it's kind of the same, but it brings me to that, because it's like, okay, if I just cussed you out, or I just got into your ass about
Oh,
something.
I get what you're saying
but
now.
the devil could easily just like be like, well, you just talked to your husband like that, and you're gonna come praise me. But if we don't do those things, then how are we gonna grow?
You
How are we
praise
gonna
him.
get better? How is
Yeah.
our marriage gonna get any better?
You have
You
to
praise him in your
remember-
highs and lows.
You have to
Yeah, so
remember,
no
like the
matter
enemy
what.
is the mind is the main thing that the enemy comes
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you to think that way,
Yeah.
to feel like you're unworthy, to feel. I mean, I felt like that I just told you everything, so I did so much, and that's how it is. Like, but it's because the enemy knows what God has for you.
Yeah.
God knows what He has for you. God is gonna have a purpose for you, and He's like, I know what God has instilled in you. So if that happens and you run to the Lord and you surrender, and then all that sin starts falling off, all the shame, all the guilt, all that. Then it was like crap. Like now I'm gonna have to work harder to get you back.
Yeah. And I truly feel too that we don't deserve a lot of the things, but God loves us that much, and he's that big that, he wants us to see us
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
and to have the things that we need, and
Well,
be
like in the
successful.
Bible and in my devotions, I can't remember what scripture it was, but it was saying, like basically you praise God and do what He's telling you to do by sharing His words, by your actions, by your words, by how you present yourself and stuff like that. And all the riches of the world are going to be granted to you. So all those riches or all those things we don't deserve as human beings, but we deserve them in God's eyes because we did everything we could to bring his message to the world or to one person. And it doesn't matter how many people it is, it's what you base your life off
Yeah.
of him, you know what I mean?
Like no one should go without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and God knows that because he has a love for us that we don't even fully understand. So I mean, yeah, God's just good.
This
He's
is
good.
beautiful.
Real
Like
good.
I never ever plan an episode to talk about God, and God comes into every episode.
He's
And
everywhere.
I love it. I
Yep.
love it. Like this is something that I will never fight, reject. But I wanted to ask you, Deanna, like if your thoughts, if your brain had a voice, right? What would it say to you? What would it say about you?
My mind speaking, it would say, "I'm proud of you." And I mean, that might not seem like a lot to a lot of people, and people might understand what I'm saying. My mind is proud of me because I have so much chaos going in my mind since young age, and I've never known how to deal with it. But since turning to God, I still deal with it. I still deal with it, but it's not to the extreme. And I am more joyful because I know he's with me all the time. So my mind would thank me from turning my chaos into, it sounds silly, but like putting my thoughts in compartments in my mind because they're so scattered all the time. That's just how I've always been. And with me turning to God, I've been able to start organizing
Organize
things.
your thoughts.
And I literally, I feel like I can't say, I feel silly saying it to people, but I feel it all the time. Like with my business, I see I've been growing in my business, and it's because I've been able to focus my mind and stay on track and stick with my plan. And I would think all this before, I just didn't know how to do it.
And you
And-
touch people when you're out there. Too.
Yeah, and it's awesome. But yeah, I would say my mind is proud of me from learning how to turn my chaos into calmness, and learning to continue to grow in my joy with life and myself and everything around me. So it's just proud of how much I've grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
That's pretty.
Honestly,
nice.
just me personally seeing your growth, I'm proud of it too.
Thank you.
Like it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Like your growth just within the last 8 months. It's beautiful.
Because us being your family, without saying too much, like, I mean, you have been through a lot, and yeah, I see you,
Yeah.
you're shining.
Yeah, and I think
makes
a
me
lot of it is
happy.
because, like you said, I've gone through a lot in life, whether it be I made up scenarios in my head because things were hard on me, or whether it really was hard on me. The thing is I was able to, I'm still here
You're
to be able
overcoming
to,
that, yeah.
I'm
Talk
still
about
here
it.
to be able to, like, tell y'all, like, my testimony. I mean, maybe I didn't get fully in depth, maybe I'm not fully there, but my testimony is that I've turned chaos, my chaotic life, or what I thought was chaotic, I've found peace,
And I'm happy for you. For you and your family.
Thank you.
Hey, peace, man. Christy, what would you think that your mind would say about you?
My mind would say, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. That you're still, that I'm standing strong than where I thought I wouldn't. I just put that post yesterday, I think, about standing strong. Because when I literally looked at myself in the mirror, it was like, give yourself grace because you're able to stand here, and you're doing very well through this process of grieving. When I grieved my son, I basically lost it. I lost everything. I lost everything. And this time I'm able to maintain, like as a mom should, maintain her home, maintain,
Life.
like renew life,
Yeah.
because it's a whole brand new life that I have to learn to do myself. Even just to paying bills, like things that my husband would take care of, and I didn't have to take care of, and now I'm just like, oh, I gotta take care of all this now.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, even to the smallest things like that I'm doing, and I'm doing them gracefully at a graceful time. And he literally said, like, give yourself some grace because you're doing very good.
Yeah.
That's awesome, because it's hard to realize that for
Yeah.
a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people just don't realize how strong they really are. We because we're harder on ourselves.
Yeah, we're like our worst.
And even
We're
though,
our worst.
Critics.
yeah, God knows our full potential, but we don't.
Yeah.
And so, like, as long as you just keep your faith with Him, I mean,
Yeah.
He's gonna keep
And that's all
helping you
that
through it all.
keeps me is my faith in the Lord, the joy that He gives me. Like I said, I try to at least share, every joyful thing that I have going on. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I'm doing too much. And they probably think like she's not even grieving, but I am grieving. But also my husband did tell me, you grieve in a joyful way as well.
Yeah.
Like we lived a good life, and you deserve happiness. You deserve whatever God has for you, you deserve it. So I
Sweet.
take that with full force.
That's awesome.
As you should.
Dude, that's beautiful. I've never heard you grieve in a joyful way.
Yeah, like this grieving is joyful. Yes, do I cry? Yes, does my heart hurt? Of course it does. But it's of a joy. I know that my husband made it where he was destined to be. Like if that was, I know it sounds, I was like, oh, that kind of sounds kind of off. But I'm like, if it was my assignment to push my husband where he needed to be with the Lord to make it, then I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love that.
God, that's awesome. It sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
you've
yeah,
lost.
I determined that
yeah.
it sucks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
like
sorry that
losing
you
your
lost your
person,
husband.
but-
I'm sorry.
But seeing you,
But that's beautiful. Your
even-
words were beautiful about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, seeing you keeping composure and I mean that's a lot, and
Yeah.
like that's things you need to give yourself credit for, like probably what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just little things like that aren't little,
Yeah.
like start recognizing that, and like that's awesome because I can
Thank
see
you.
it as you talk about it. Like we don't know fully how you're feeling. God does, but what we see, you're holding yourself together, and that's all you can do here
Yeah.
on earth. Physically, all you can do. So you're doing awesome.
Thank you.
And the generic, I call it generic because it's always been said by people that don't really know you, but they always say, time heals. That's the biggest
sorry,
lie. That's the
guys.
biggest lie I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, time's different.
Yeah.
Example, my son's been gone for going to 16 years. Every year is different. Every anniversary and every birthday, I can like it's everything's different. It's a wave. Like grief is literally a wave of things. The grief emotions from a son and a husband is totally different. So it's does it heal? Yeah, I'm healing. I am healing. Like it heals, but it's like you're gonna go through the emotion. But
That
if
wound
you
isn't
don't,
gonna
if
be
you
closed.
don't
Yeah.
feel, my thing is like if you're not gonna sit there and feel it, you're not gonna heal. Like you have to do it head on.
Process
You
it,
process
deal with
it,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Because for a long time I didn't process my son's death, and that's why I was like go crazy. I would be a crazy lady, and do the things that I did and not care. One day I sat in my car and I was already serving, and I sat in my car and I was like that was part of my healing, and because I blamed myself for a lot of years for why my son passed. Like that's what I held. So I didn't feel like God should forgive me, or I should forgive myself. So there was a bunch of forgiveness I had to do to heal. So it's those are the things that make you heal. At least for me, like those are the things that help me heal. It's in waves. Like you can never just be completely healed, but to go through the process is part of healing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't know.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it does.
Mama, what would your mind say about you?
When you asked that, I analyzed things. So I was like, well, is it things that are going on in my head that I wanted to that nobody knows, or like in general? But I guess I would say that I'm where I'm supposed to be at. Like it's easy as an adult to just to I don't compare myself, but at the same time, it's like I dream. I guess I dream a lot, and so I'm like, oh, I want to fill my backyard with flowers, and I want to do this, I want to do that, but it's like I have the backyard that is supposed to be for us. It sounds so stupid, but it's our backyard, and we're gonna slowly make it into something. Or like my art, like I took a whole year off break, and so I'm like, I'm getting to where I'm supposed to be back out there again, and but I'm taking my time. I'm at peace with everything, so I have to remind myself that I'm right where I'm supposed to be at, like Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, just with a lot of things, like those are just two examples that come to my mind, but
The
you're,
thing
you're
that
content with where you're at. You're
Yeah.
happy, and you're maybe like in a waiting season
Yeah.
for like what's next
Yeah.
kind of thing. You're
Yeah.
happy with how things are, but more to grow's coming.
I know
Yeah.
we always talk about, and I don't know if you hate it or not, but I know we always talk, and I always tell you, I know you better than you know yourself.
yep.
And
You knew I was gonna say that.
no. No, I'm
Wow.
saying that because I know that right now we just turned our focus to the backyard
Yeah.
because we've neglected it and it shows that we've neglected it for so long.
Yeah.
But every time you have an idea,
I don't let
you
it go.
fucking go
Yeah.
full speed.
I'm either
like,
all in or nothing.
Yeah. And
yeah.
sometimes like I have to tell you like, dude, it's okay, chill
Yeah,
out.
I
We'll
know.
wait a couple weeks and then we'll put more shit in a
Yep.
couple weeks. But you're like, no, this all has to be done
I
today.
am,
And
yeah.
that's how you are on a lot of shit. When you get your
Yes.
mind set on something, it's fucking dive head in.
And it really is. Like, even like with housework, like, okay, I can neglect it. I can do my hobbies. We can sit down and watch a movie or shows every night, even on the weekends when you're off. And I can neglect the housework. I'll be fine with that. But once I have it in my mind, like, oh my gosh, this house is a mess. I need to spring clean. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And then my mind just keeps going. But it's like, no, Raquel, I am sitting here with my husband who doesn't have very much time off, and I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Like, I don't know.
No, yeah.
That's beautiful. Honestly,
Okay.
with you explaining
Yes.
it like that,
That's
like
just-
that's really good. It's
Don't
you
take it
learn
for
how to
granted.
kind of
Yeah.
just be still for a little bit and be in the moment, and that's something that I have trouble with doing, and I'm working on. But
It's
just
hard.
being in the moment and
Yeah.
and letting go of everything else, that's something huge to be able to do, because I mean, like I said, I'm working on that.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I mean, I
believe
know
me,
a
it's a
lot.
work in
well, yeah, I'm
progress,
sure. I
yeah.
mean, you're still working on it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's something everyone's gonna always work on, because I
Yeah.
mean, it's till the day you die. I mean,
Yeah.
you have things that happen to you all the time.
Yeah.
But the thing that you're able to slow things down and just be in the moment, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
Especially like with like my personality, like my mom, my sister, my girlfriends, they're all such like givers. They're like, do this, we get together for Galentine's, they all bring gifts, or my sister will come over and she'll make something, or she always, it's but I'm not that. I want to be that person, but they accept me and love me still. And so that's another thing. It's like, I'm right where I'm supposed to be at.
Can you tell the story on Galentine's and
Oh
didn't-
gosh, really? Everybody. There was 6 of us.
everyone bought each other gifts?
Everybody was
Except
like,
Lita.
except for me. I was like, God, I'm such an
Wow.
asshole.
She showed up to the kid's birthday party with no present.
Everybody was like, oh, let's do gifts, because they were excited to
And she's
give
like, I gotta
their
go.
gifts. I'm like, like talking about
they
not
rather have you
deserving.
as the present.
Yeah.
Your present.
Yeah.
As
Shut arounds, guys. Shut arounds.
But it's like, I'm right where I'm supposed to be at, because I have those friends to show me, and my mom and my sister to show me that's what friendship is. That's them, and they're accepting me. That's me, like, accepting their no,
Love it.
I don't really know how to put it, but it's like they're in my, I don't know, I'm right where I'm supposed to be at.
You're
That's the
happy
gist of it.
because you have
Yeah.
people around
And
you
of
who care
course,
for you.
I want to
and-
be better, of course. But
You're a work in progress. Still.
yeah,
It is what it is.
it is what it is. Love me or hate me. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
My mind would tell me, chill out, bro. Chill out, bro.
Yeah.
Being a man and a provider, you have no choice but to be strong every freaking day, all the time, and you can't show weakness, and it gets so tiring sometimes. And then not only that, but also you have work, you have your hustles, you have everything. At night, I promise, I wish there was a pill, a cream, something that can just turn your mind off so you can go to sleep. Because I struggle with just, and you know those social media posts where it's like someone in looking like, it's a picture of like someone going crazy looking for shit, and it's like my mind at 3 a.m. looking for my birth certificate. Like, where's my birth certificate? It's like 4 a.m.
Oh my god.
But
don't even
that's
need it.
like that's my mind, and
Yeah.
I can't fucking chill. I can't.
I feel for you, because before you, my single years, that's how I was. I mean, I had no choice. It was just me and Isaiah. So I can only imagine, because you have 2 people to take care of. So that's a lot. But you have to chill out. Like, that's why I'm here.
I'm gonna
Take some
tell
of
you,
that
start
burden
reading the
off.
word before you go to bed. Saying, read the word before you go to bed. I promise it'll be
Definitely,
different.
yep.
Yeah.
I'll promise you it'll be different.
I should start doing that because my prayer life, you guys, you know how you were saying that you pray all day? I speak to the Holy Spirit all day.
Yeah.
I basically, he's my homeboy. Like, he's right next to me all day. But I don't read the word, and I need to. I definitely need to.
And I'm just gonna, I mean, I would say personally, but I mean, I know it's God, like for everyone. Once you start reading the word, that's going to, it's like I said, it's just growth, and that's another level that's gonna help you
Yes.
with your prayer and stuff like that. So, I mean, something like that is gonna, sorry, I got distracted. But
My
yeah,
dogs are acting stupid.
once you start reading the word, like I said, anxiety and whatever words you would use, like just me not being able to speak or gather my words because so much was going on, like I'm able to calm everything else around me. Like you said, all that stuff going on during that time, I literally, it's God. Like it shuts off. And it's not like that right away. But once you continue to practice those I don't know what, just practice, you know, in your faith and growing, those words are just gonna start coming out of
Be
you.
comforting, be peaceful.
Yes, because
yeah.
like I said, I prayed with my husband Larry before we came here, just because I know how I get, and I, you know, want to be my best for your show, and so I just prayed, you know, like before, like I said, I would just do small prayers, just, you know, God gets the gist of it, you know, like he knows my mind, he knows what I'm saying, and that was okay, at that time, but I know not better, but I know more, you know, because of the listenings, of the preachings that I've done, and not just listening, but also getting into the word. It's just God starts to flow through you,
Yeah.
and those words come out. And like whenever I prayed, I was able to pray and specifically, and I'm not thinking of this stuff. Normally I think of stuff before, like, how am I going to say this? And no, like it just flows out of you, you know? And it's crazy because knowing I'm not that person, or wasn't that person before.
Yeah.
And I'm witnessing it for myself. It's not someone else seeing it. It's I see it, you know? And so, I mean, like, you know, it's just, it will change your prayer life completely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, man. I definitely understand what y'all are saying. And believe me, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll see where it gets me.
Yeah.
But right now, from last night to right tonight, my mind would be like, dude, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Chill out. Because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you got to do all this shit at once. And if it's not done all at once, then fuck it. What's the point?
Yeah.
And
It's
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, it is. It really is. But
But that's not very healthy, you know?
God don't want you to be like scatterbrained, like, oh, I gotta
Yeah.
do all this. Like that's not what he wants. Like
it's,
It's
start putting
like
some
it's like
peace over
looking
yourself.
up
Like,
at
Lord,
the
give me
clouds.
some peace on what the things I have to do. You
Yeah.
sort them out for me. It's the way you tell yourself, the way you know.
I
You
think,
pray over yourself too.
I think obviously a lot of
You
it
know?
is mental. Like we put so much stress on ourselves for fake shit that's not even real.
Yeah.
And like you're stressing about what ifs, and none of that shit ever comes into fruition. So you just wasted a lot of time thinking about shit that's never gonna happen, or worrying about shit
Yeah.
that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see things a lot like the things that I go through, I used to see them as battles. And now I'm trying to change my wording in the way I see things, because I don't want to see things as a battle, because God is in control of the battle. I'm here trusting God and fighting the battle for me, but he's working through me to be in the war, I guess you'd say, you know. But he's the ultimate one who is going to finish the battle for you. So why stress about it?
Yeah.
And I know people say that, and before I honestly would have said it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna be like, you know, I ain't gonna deal with that.
But it-
I'm like, I told you, like the way I talk, like if I'm talking to y'all, I'm like, Lord, you better handle that because I ain't got the kind of time. I don't have that kind of time. You deal with that. That's what I'm telling the Lord. Like
that's funny because that's how I talk to the Holy Spirit.
yeah, that's how I'm like,
Yeah.
deal with it because I'm not. Like I don't have that kind of time. Like you already know what I got going on, so
I'm
yeah,
like,
deal
hey man,
with
take
it."
this off my plate, man, because I'm
Yeah.
not ready to
There
deal
you
with
go.
this right now.
You know?
Like legit, and that's how I
Yeah.
talk throughout the day. And I talked to my buddy Ramos. I've said it a few times, but the reason how I know that I'm just a freaking potty mouth is like I curse in my prayers, and I'm just like, what the hell's wrong with you, dude? Like, but I don't know that I talk to the Holy Spirit like that. Yeah, exactly. So I feel you on
I
that.
think once you get more in depth of where you want to be, we don't change.
God changes.
God
us.
changes us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good.
That's
'cause,
what
like,
it is. It's like we don't. He does it, and he does it before you're like, sit there and be like, I'm not like how.
Yeah.
Not like that anymore, you know, because I was the same.
'Cause
I
it
was the
doesn't happen
sailor.
overnight.
I was the sailor.
Yeah.
I was the girl boy version over here, and now I'm just like, you know, it's just have your like just rely on him.
Yeah.
Like
Just rely
before,
on
like
it.
I hated it because, I mean, I'm one. I hold on. I hated that my kids both would see me cuss a lot because I didn't see anything wrong with it. You know, like that's just the way I talk. You know, they're not gonna say it. They're fine. That's just the way I talk. Whatever. You know, but then like looking at it now, I'm just like, I hate that my kids personally saw me cuss so much because I was dealing with things. Hold on, let me gather my thoughts. Like what she was saying is, I can't talk right now. Hold on.
You got it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Skip me. I'll come back.
You just no like
You have it.
Yeah,
no you
I
have it. Like you just thought it was no wrong on how
Yeah,
you're
like
speaking.
I thought there was nothing wrong
And
with
they
it.
weren't gonna-
Normal. You thought
Yeah,
like
I
maybe-
thought
they
it
weren't
was
gonna they
normal.
weren't gonna follow mom's footsteps and curse like you.
Or think
Yeah.
anything bad of you because you did cuss.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not saying that they
And
do
they
or
don't,
anything. They
yeah.
don't. But the thing is, I hate that I was okay with it because, like you had said, you know, God, you don't change that. God changes that. And because you say you realize you curse a lot in your prayers,
That's you seeing it.
That's okay right now,
Yeah.
now. But you see it now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, you can't change it up by yourself. Like, I'm just gonna stop cussing. You know,
Yeah.
you've done
Yeah.
it for so long. You know, but God's the only one that can stop it like that, or He can make it a process, and you realize you start cooling it a little
Yeah.
bit. And with me, like seriously, I'm all fudge nuggets. You know, like,
Yeah.
and before, like, I mean, I'd say stuff like that
I'm
every
like
now
Jack
and
for-
then.
Like you're such a jack. Yeah, I just stop
And
it.
before, and now, like, I still feel silly sometimes because I'll say, like, silly words like fudge nuggets. But I'm just like, I feel better about myself because of how I see myself now. Because, again, growing in my faith and
And it was your conviction, like it was.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
definitely.
think that's what you'll start feeling is the conviction of it.
So, I mean,
I
you're
think
not
you already
gonna-
are, honestly, because you're like, why do I cuss in my prayers?
And you've
You
mentioned
already
it
feel
before,
something like
too.
that's the conviction.
Yeah.
So God's like, okay, He's already noticed of what He's doing. Now He's feeling convicted of it. Now it's a process for me to start helping Him through it.
So, I mean, say a prayer. Say a prayer about it.
Come on with it.
I think we need a
Jesus.
group
He will.
text.
He is. He definitely will.
Did you read? I said, I
You
think
ask
we need a
him
group
and he
text.
will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't ask for gifts at Galentine's.
Hey,
From my sister.
Baby, what's a thought that you've battled with that you've never said out loud?
I guess I would say I want to know what happened in my childhood. That's a big thought because I blocked a lot of things out. So, yeah,
Like it was trauma,
yeah,
so you kind of blacked out.
yeah, and not even doing it on purpose. It yeah, I don't know. I don't remember a lot of the things. Deanna does. She remembers a lot, but um, yeah, I really want to know, like, because I could see it from my brother's eyes or my sister's eyes, even my parents' eyes, but I want to see it like through my eyes. I want to know what happened. I want to know how was I treated, or you know what I mean? Like,
Can I ask why? Why do you feel like you have to or want to know? How will that make you feel after finding out?
Can I answer that for you?
yeah,
'Cause I think I know.
yeah.
Guilt.
Guilt. What,
I
what do you
think
mean?
that
Like, I would feel
I think
guilty?
that coming from family events, family gatherings, I think she felt a little bit guilty that you and your brother kind of have not necessarily traumatic thoughts, but like a recollection of the bad,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that she felt guilty she doesn't.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because I would feel guilty because maybe nothing did happen to me like happened to my brother or my sister. Or, yeah.
Maybe it's just God protecting you because you maybe it
I
could have
won't be
been
able to
nothing,
handle
or
it.
I'm
maybe
going with
you
that.
might not be able to handle it for real.
Yeah,
I'm
and
going
if
with
that's
that.
God's,
Because
but don't just think that though. But
I'm
think
the
there
same.
could have not been nothing. My advice would be just
But I
learn
feel
to
like,
find peace in not knowing,
yeah.
because I mean, if again, like if you found out what may or may not have happened in growing up, um, how would you react after knowing that? You knew, you felt better because you knew, but then afterwards, the lingering of wondering and seeing or hearing or whatever, can you don't know what you could handle. God does.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's one way of looking at it, you know. But I mean, that does suck, not.
It does.
Who's older?
Not-
Can I ask who's
Me.
you're older?
Yeah. And you would think that I would be
That
the
you
one.
would remember.
Yeah.
I get that.
But my sister, she's the middle one, but she's always been more of the bigger sister. She's always been more protective, more because like I said before, like she has the bigger heart, you know, and so it's like
I honestly told you that a long time ago. I always told you like it feels like your sister's your older sister.
no, yeah, I've always thought that. Yeah. She'll come running whenever I need something or if I'm hurting or something, she'll come in a second.
I think that I'm gonna go with your sister. Like I think it's just there's probably something God just protecting.
Maybe it is guilt. I
You
never
know?
even thought about that. Yeah, maybe it is guilt that I don't know. I feel like I don't know. But yeah, that's what I would say in the story.
Be done with it.
Next. How dare you come on, make me come on your show and tell you this shit.
Like never again.
I'm done.
So, Christy, what's a thought that you've battled with that you never really said out loud?
Like currently or in
I mean-
general. A thought that I used to. Some
That's a tough
days.
question.
It is very tough because
Yeah.
it's just so many things throughout, and I know I've kind of said them out loud. Sometimes it's like, why this life was I chosen for? You know, it's probably a main one that I just like. But then I have to remind myself like. Because if it was anybody else, they probably definitely couldn't have been through it, followed through with it, dealing with it, you know. But there is times when in my mind I'm just like, oh Lord, like, why did it have to be this way, you know?
You're human, you know.
So,
But it's good that you can pull yourself back up and be
Yeah.
like, okay, I know my purpose.
Yeah, and that's why you're here and you're still going strong, and you've conquered things that you didn't think you could conquer. And I mean,
I'm like, Lord, are we done?
Yeah. Can we
He's
just
like, not
breeze?
yet, girl.
Can we breeze by now?
But it's like whenever you feel like you can't breathe anymore, but you keep holding on,
Yeah.
then that breath you take is going to be your everlasting breath.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. Yep.
Life is life in.
It's life, but we're looking good through it. I'm saying.
For sure.
Deanna, what's a thought you've battled with that you've never said out loud?
That's hard because I feel like I say everything that's on my mind because I wear my emotions on my sleeve and everywhere you can see is my emotions. But I mean, I've been talking about it. I mean, obviously, anxiety has been something that I allowed to have a grip on me that I'm working on. But my thought would be, I wish I could, how do I say? I just wish I would have learned how to deal with my anxiety sooner because I feel like I missed out on a lot in life because I let it hold me back. Like I let fear get in my way of going out doing things or making friends and keeping them. I've missed out on a lot, I know. But before I'd get super down about it. And I mean, I might have my moments. I can't think of the last time I did, but I know I probably have had some moments. But I just wish that I would have learned how to handle my mental health, I guess, earlier on so that I wouldn't be going through the stuff I'm going through now. But because I am where I am in life, I know that, I mean, that it's happened. That's where it is. That's where,
You're where you're
it's
supposed
past.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's, yeah, that's basically it is, I wish I would have learned myself earlier on so I would have learned how to deal with life a little better, you know? And I would have been there more for people that needed me or, I don't know. Things just would have been a lot easier if I would have learned me sooner.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
You feel like you just recently learned yourself?
In the past, I want to say 2 years, I feel like I've just been on a journey of trying to figure out, like, I finally started to see me and started to see the problems that I created for myself and started to see behind the what I would see, you know, like I'd make things seem a certain way and it wasn't really like that. And so, it's like, what did you tell me again? Sorry, I already lost my
No, I'm just asking, like, if you recently, like,
Learned yourself,
in your mind,
Yeah.
think that you've just recently learned yourself.
Yeah, I did just recently. And I mean, it's just, it's not as hard as I thought it would be. Honestly, it's not. It's hard.
That makes me happy.
It's hard. I mean, 100% it's hard. But I get emotional and all because it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
You know, God's there, you know, putting up that shield, softening that blow when I feel like I'm getting beat down by my thoughts and me, you know, how I am. So it's just, it's a lot easier, less painful knowing I'm not in it alone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Whew. That's beautiful.
I love that. I'm so happy for you.
I battle with the thought that everything can be just taken away from me within a second. And I've gone through that twice in my life where I've basically had the rug pulled out from under me and I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do? I have a family to support. I thought I had a career that what now? And it's done so much warping in my mind that it's never left my mind. It's a constant like thought that I just battle and I go to war with because I ask God, take this away from me, put it on your plate. And then I can't talk about it because I don't want to speak it into existence, and it's just like so lonely. It's a lonely freaking thought that everything can just be taken away from me and like that. And then what am I gonna do now?
Is that why you feel like you can't just chill at night? Like your brain is always going because you're always thinking that?
Say that again.
Is that why you feel like you can't go to sleep at night because you're always thinking that? Like you're always thinking like
That's a main thing. Yeah. That's probably like 60% of it. It's just a lonely thought that it's scary. It's just scary. And I don't want to go through it again. And when you went through it the first time, you're like, it's not going to happen again. And then it happened twice. And you're just like, please don't let it happen a third time. Like, I've got so much going. I can't have it happen again. But I know everything's God's will. Like, if it happened again, I now trust in the Lord that everything is for a reason and he's got something better. Like, he needed to drastically change my thought process because he's got something better for me, which is what happened the very first time. Like, the very first time, it was a blessing in disguise because he had something greater for me. But for it to happen again, it's just a fear of mine to just not be a failure, to be 100% at everything, that for me to give no reason for anyone to say, like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I say something? Like, I feel you've had it on your heart. Like, I don't know how to respond to that because I'm not a male. I'm not the man of the house, you know? But the only thing that I can think of is to say is that you've had it on your mind to have a men's group. And I feel like when men come together, y'all are going to sharpen each other. Y'all are going to lessen each other's burdens, of course, with God's help. But, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that should be another sign to be like, hey, you need to put that together. Because you've talked about it for a good while already. And I know we're all busy and stuff, and we can, you know, but, and you know, we think of the plan to do it or to make it happen. But I really feel like that would be good for you to have a little
I
men's
totally
group.
agree. I totally understand and agree with you 100%. I don't think it's in me to start a men's group, but I think it's in me to join one.
That'd be
Well,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever's going to
Yeah.
be, yeah.
I there's just so much on my plate right now. I can't
Start something new like that.
commit to starting it, but I most definitely can commit to joining one.
Yeah, Daddy, I think that will help.
Yeah. And I think you're right. Maybe because I always say this podcast is therapeutic, especially when it's with my boys, like my greatest friends, and we come on here and we pour out everything, and it's legit leaving here fulfilled, like, whew, like I
Yeah.
got that off my chest. I didn't even know I had that problem or I had that burden until I spoke it. But to actually be in a men's group and do that, maybe, yeah, you're
because
right.
you won't have the specific topics. You could just be whatever's happening that month or that week,
Yeah.
you know? Like, just let it out with them, because I'm sure you don't want to tell me a lot of things because you don't want to scare me or know
Yeah,
your
because I
worries.
know if I just let any ounce of fear. All right, so Christy, let me tell you this. I grew up understanding the dollar. Like, my dad would give me an allowance, and then like I would legit get my ass spanked for spending my own money. Like, he was like, just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it, that type of shit, as a kid. So I understood the dollar. So growing up and getting serious with my wife and like coming into a marriage, bills are gonna bill. And you're like, how the fuck? So money was always, in the beginning of our relationship, money was always something that took me out of the relationship, because I was like, I don't know how we're gonna pay for this. I don't know how I'm gonna get the money for this. Of course we did it. I
Yeah.
figured it out, but it was a strain. And I would tell her, I made the mistake of telling her my fears about, the bills, and she would stress more than me. So it was then when I understood I can't tell her my fears because she's gonna stress more than me, and then it's just gonna be a pot of
Yeah.
of coming home to be a shitty ass life in the home. So fast forward when we start doing well and we're living a little bit more comfortably, I still can't tell her my fears, but then she's like, motherfucker, you don't talk to me, you're not telling me shit. And it
And
sucks.
I know something's wrong.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it sucks
I
because
see what something's in
in
your
my
brain.
mind I'm protecting her,
Makes it
but also
worse.
am I doing justice by not
Yeah.
telling my wife my fears, my thoughts? Like,
My thing on that is, I'll always say communicate in your marriage, no matter what it is. I mean, you have to communicate. God put y'all together to handle things together. You have to communicate to know what's going on. Because then you're leaving each other in the dark, and then it leads to just
Y'all need to be
things.
able-
Y'all need to be able to sit here and be like, okay, this is what's going on. I don't want you to stress about it, but we're going to come up with a solution together. So it can work out. So both y'all, like, you don't want both of y'all to be stressing,
Yeah.
but you come together, you communicate, and be like, okay, let's come up with a resolution together that we agree on, and we work on that.
And then that might make you feel a little bit better. And then, like you
I
say,
think you should be open
You would be
with
like,
the
oh,
fears
it
that you
wasn't that
have.
bad after all. Or,
Yeah.
you know,
Because
See,
you
hopefully.
never know.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and I mean, if it is, like,
yeah,
you
even if it
know,
is, we could tackle it together.
yeah.
yeah.
With Larry, my husband, he would always, he wouldn't know any of the bills. Like, it was just me. I
would love nothing other than not
No,
know
you
bills.
wouldn't.
I wrote it
But
down.
then also, I don't know.
You would not.
Then on the back, like, the negative side of that is like, well, fuck, can I buy lunch today? Like, I don't, you know
that's
what I
one
mean?
thing
Like-
that, like, he had the account, the app on his phone, like, and we have a joint account. And so he wouldn't know what was in the account. He wouldn't look. He would just ask me. And I'm just like, it was worked out for years. And then, I mean, I guess as I got older and more things got, life just kind of got put on you, it became a whole lot for me. And so finally, like, there were times where I'm like, oh, I don't want to tell him something because he comes home from work. I'm a lot to deal with myself, on top of what he already, dealt with at work, on top of, so I wouldn't want to burden him with that. So I wouldn't say anything, like if, I don't know, something came up and I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? I'm just like, I'll figure it out. I would always say, I'll figure it out. And I wouldn't say anything.
That's me.
And then after a while, like, I'll figure it out. After a while, I'm just like, I'm tired. I don't know if I can figure it out anymore. If I can, I don't want to do it by myself anymore. So finally, I told him, we kind of had a talk, and he saw how much it was on me. And he was like, I'll do it. And so I still do it. But the thing is, I tell him, okay, we have this, we can do this, we can't do this, whatever. I let him know about it, and if something comes up or he might see something that I didn't see, it helps a whole lot. I know people in relationships, they do financials differently, but just like by what she's saying and what I'm like, how we do things, like, I feel that communicating, even though that's not how things were done before, it really can benefit in a relationship with talking about stuff like that. It's hard though.
It's hard. Yeah, it is hard.
It's
not
hard.
easy, but
It's really hard, but it really does. It's still stressful
and even
because
the
they're still
conversation
there.
itself just takes a whole bunch off
Yeah,
of
I
you.
imagine.
Like
Yeah.
it like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that load's taken off because I can finally confide.
Yeah,
we
and
can
I'm not-
come up with something.
I'd feel like, oh, I don't know, should I tell him? Should I not tell him? Should I tell him? Should I not tell him? And then it just got harder and harder, and it's just like, I don't want to not tell you something because I feel, it becomes a battle in your head, and then it goes on top of what you're already dealing with,
Yeah.
with all the work, and then, like, why? Like, for me personally, that's how I felt. Like why am I not telling Kim? Like, because that's how it's always been and that's how it is? No.
But it didn't start like that.
Yeah.
So I just want. It's not like I was not. The word is not secretive, but I can't think of any other word to
Yeah,
describe
yeah,
it.
no.
But I didn't start like that. It's just I knew, or I started seeing her stress even more, which made me even more stressful, and make her worried even more. When I was just like, I should have just kept it to myself, and then it would boil over into like, dude, stop, I got it figured out.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, fuck, I caused this problem. That's the thought process for me, to just hold it all in from there on out.
So I'm gonna give an example with me. So my husband like literally took care of all the bills, like, and there was just one bill, one bill that I had to take care of, but I had like a loophole kind of thing, like.
Us women find a way to do that, don't we?
So I was like, oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Well, then I was good for a few months. And then I was like, crap, what am I going to do? Like, I was the same, like, oh, my God, I don't want to tell him because he's going to stress. And what can he do? Like, he's bedbound. He can't, we
Yeah,
only
like
can
the
do what we
situation is
got
the
with.
situation.
So then I'm like, hey, babe. Hey, babe.
And you
So
feel
I
like
have
you're
an
gonna get in
issue.
trouble,
Yeah.
like you feel like a
I'm
little
I
kid
have an
again.
issue. And I'm like, and he was like, I've been asking you about it, I've been telling you about it. He says, take care of it. I'm like, I was like, I know, I'm sorry.
But I
you
don't
know.
want you to get mad.
I was like, yeah, and that too. Like, I didn't want you to be upset because I knew this was gonna happen. But then I was like, because if you don't, like, I'm just saying in this example, if I didn't, it was just gonna grow. And I was like, okay, now we have to readjust of what we're used to, so this one could be taken for what I did and take accountability. I was like, I know it was me. I'm sorry. Like, this is all my fault.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll figure it out. And I did figure it out. But we had to adjust. So that's what I'm saying. Like, before it gets too packed,
That extension you
just-
thought you could
just
do,
do it
you
right
can't
there
do
and
that
then,
extension
yeah.
anymore.
I'm like, the few months are kind of got me already. So I'm
Yeah.
up to like $1,000 over here. So
Yeah.
But I feel
And-
like you've gotten a lot better though. Like I don't.
Oh,
feel,
I have.
Yeah.
I
don't feel-
it's not money no more, but it's other shit in life.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? But also too, the reason why I brought up money is because it blew my freaking mind. This girl blew my mind. Because if I have like $200-300 in my checking account, I'm fucking broke. This is when we first started dating, first started getting together. Like, dude, I got $300 to my name. I'm fucking broke.
Not
My
me.
wife was
right? I
like,
said, I got $300.
my wife was like, we got $300, babe. We can go to Dallas. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Hotel room, if you get a cheap
Like-
one, it's like 60-something bucks.
Okay, I need to know y'all
$70.
took them because I don't never find none of that.
I'm
You don't want to stay there. But
I'm,
I know, right? That was 15 years ago, John.
it was of course an adjustment to get her on board with my thinking and me coming on board with her, because I came on board with her too. I was seeing me fall into my dad's footsteps. My dad never did shit anything other than work. Work. We don't have the money. And then he died just knowing a work life. He didn't fucking do shit. I seen myself following into that, and so I've come on board with her. Like, fuck yeah, we'll go on vacations. We'll do this. We'll do that. Like, and I say all that because you do need to spend money for vacations. You do, but in when we first started dating, fuck no, we ain't got the money for that. We don't. And it took us talking, us communicating, and me opening my eyes to like, I don't want to be like my dad in that aspect.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we've came a long way, but it blew my fucking mind because she would have, we needed a kitchen table.
Oh my gosh! I knew you were gonna remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And she had, I don't know, like $100 to her name, and I was like, well, just wait. Wait till I get paid and we'll go buy one. And she spent all her money on that, and I was so pissed. And
That's so funny. I
go to
remember
bed.
that. That's
I go to
something
bed
Was
feeling
it like one of those
guilty.
$98 tables?
So guilty because I was like, I just chewed her ass out for spending her last $100 on a table,
a dining room
a
table.
dining room table, but she just spent her last money to like fulfill what we needed in the
Right.
house. I felt like shit when I went to bed that night, like legit.
Yeah.
Oh, you never told me that.
Why?
Why
Well, I would
he?
have felt better about that damn table.
But yeah, I chewed her
He wasn't
ass
ready
out
to give you that yet.
because it was her last bit of money. And then when I go to bed, I realize she spent her last dime on the household. And I just ate her ass out like that. Like, not sexually, sorry. But you get it. Yeah, I felt so bad.
Yeah.
That table has been on my I don't know. I didn't know you remember.
We still
that.
have that table to this day.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
we
It was her
did.
craft table. It was all kinds of
It's
shit.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that is that table.
Going to be passed down from generation to generation.
No,
I
it's,
And you have
probably
to
like
tell that
a few
story
years
every
left
time.
on it because
Yeah.
it's real wobbly. and like-
Yeah, there's no fixing that.
We'll make it work.
yeah. And Isaiah's too bougie. Like, I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So before we get out of here, man, I want to ask you one last question, and I'll start with you, Christy. Are you comfortable being yourself now?
Yes. I am, because I think I show the full me of who I am. I hid, in the past, like I was telling y'all, with drinking and doing the things I did. I like to show myself now. My husband made it very clear of who I was as well. So that helped me a lot. Like, he would be like, because I'm like odd. Like, I didn't really notice how odd I was until I really did me and not did what people wanted me to do, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'll wear the weirdest things. I'm a dress up. Like, I have tutus on. I'll wear tutus on a Tuesday. I don't know, And he'd be like, this is when you're yourself. I had a cousin before he passed away years ago too. He would always tell me, why aren't you yourself? When you're like out and all that, like you're just this mean person. You're like, but when you're here with us, like you're yourself. You're this lovable, laughable person. And I'd be like, because they don't deserve that. Like, nobody does. That's just like for my close people,
Yeah.
And now, yeah.
You just let everybody
I'm
see
like,
it.
Let that light
I
shine.
want everybody. If I'm shining, everybody's gonna shine with me. I don't know, like, if I'm laughing, you're gonna laugh too. Like I love myself. I can literally sit here and say I finally love myself, and that took many years, and that's what my husband too is like. Don't ever change yourself for nobody.
Yeah.
Don't ever listen to what people have to say when you're moving forward, when you're moving on. So
That's good.
I do. I do. And I think I'm too much for some people
Clap,
now.
clap,
I'm like,
You're just
you'll
enough.
get used to it.
You're just enough.
Yeah, but it took years. I didn't like myself. I hated myself. I hated myself so much I didn't even want to be here. So I love myself now. Yeah, I can say that.
You came a long way, huh?
Yeah.
God's good.
Yeah.
I,
That's all. Yeah, it's all God. I give glory to God
Amen.
for it all, because without Him, I couldn't be in joy.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
So I don't like, we're not in each other's circle,
No.
and I know who you are. I follow your path on social media, and when I saw, that your husband passed, man, my heart sunk for you, because I was just like, man, how much pain can this lady go through? And then to see you here today and to hear everything that you're just, portraying and putting out there, I was wrong. Like, you're a light.
thanks.
You're bright. You're glowing. Like, you're
Y'all
a
can't see,
blessing.
but she is.
Oh, y'all gonna see it. No, I'm just
You're gonna hear it through her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all God. That's all. That's
Yeah.
my explanation to everything. Like, I get a lot of that. I do get a lot. Not to gloat it. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
doing. But I do. Like, you look so good. You're doing so well, and I'm like, it's all God.
Like you said,
'Cause I didn't take my
recognizing
feet.
those.
I didn't take. Not only me, but my husband as well. Like, he literally said, people like, don't let her, leave the Lord. And also, I see how good the Lord is within my family. And if I were to astray, I won't make it back, and I know that. So
Like I said, it's beautiful, and I'm very honored and happy to have you on the show
thank you.
today.
I'm glad the honors
Yeah.
come. Like, why do they want me on the show?
Hey, you
I
have
was like-
something. You have something to say, and I mean,
Yeah.
God knows that, and He puts you in a place for a reason.
For a
Yeah.
reason.
Every
Thank you.
time.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, that's our show, guys. Wait, nah, I'm kidding.
Deanna, we're free.
I'm kidding. So, Deanna, are you very comfortable being yourself now?
I'm learning. I'm learning how to be comfortable with myself. I love myself unconditionally now, and I never did before.
That's big.
I had a lot of ugly thoughts about myself before, growing up and even at a older age. But I love myself, and I know that God's not done with me, and I have a lot of growing to do. But I am very happy with where I am right now because it's I see God's plan working out for me and my family, and why wouldn't I love myself and my life, you know? Because why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just want to give you your flowers, and I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable or weird, but your growth is very beautiful, and I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you.
We talk
Because-
about you. We see it. Even though we don't see you often, but we just we see it. We feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, you've definitely came a long way, and I definitely know you've had social anxiety like a mother, and for you to come on the show, for you to even just say yes, that your growth is.
Well, you know, like when you had brought it up to me about like if I wanted to be on there, and I'm like, let me get my stuff in order and for my business so I can promote it. And then you're like, you know, let's try to do it, you know, this time, you know. And I'm like, in my head, God, in my head, I knew no time I was gonna feel comfortable doing it. The only way I would be comfortable doing it is just saying yes and ask God to do the rest.
Amen.
And He did, because we're almost done. And I mean, like,
You did it.
And I mean, like, I'm twiddling my hands. My hands are sweaty, but I mean, like, I'm thankful. I prayed before here that God would just let me put the words into my mouth, help me hold my tongue, help me to just be with me through it all. You know, like I specifically help my hands were shaking like galore. I had a pit in my stomach. All this was right before coming here. And I told Larry, I said a prayer in the restroom when I was getting ready. And then I was like, okay, I said my prayer. But then I walked out of the restroom and I saw Larry sitting there. And I was like, tell him to pray with you. And I'm like, no, you already said your prayer. You're good. And I'm just like, in my head, I hear God saying, you know, like,
Tell him.
together, coming to me together is more powerful than you alone. Yeah. And so I said another prayer, said the same things, maybe added a little. I said what I felt. And, I mean, just letting y'all know, like, how I really feel after that prayer. I still feel nervous. I still feel a little, I don't have a ball in my stomach right now where I feel like literally I'm,
Like you just can't.
like I can't breathe. I'm shaky, and my voice is shaky. And now, like, I feel it inside, but somehow, well, not somehow, God has allowed me to still be here because He's helping me through my anxiety. He's helping me through my social anxiety, you know. And like I was saying before the show, God, when you ask for something, God's not going to just give it to you. You have to do your work.
Yeah.
And so God's not going to just give me freedom from anxiety just because I said, okay, I want it. You know, like, He's like, okay, well, you want help with the anxiety? JP is going to ask you to be on a show, and that's going to work your nerves higher than ever. Like, seriously, I could not talk to Larry before here.
And it would look at it like it's all
And like
natural now.
and I cry all the time, and I didn't cry, but got teary eyed a little bit because I'm so emotionally not stable in a way, you know. But like, it's
No,
all
you're
that's
passionate. You're
all that's
passionate.
okay.
Yeah.
All that's
yeah.
okay because that's who I am.
Yep.
And I'm like you said, am I happy with who I am? I'm learning to, because I'm learning how to be me, the me that God wants me to be.
I'll always I don't know how to say this, like it sounds bad, but it doesn't. It's not. But you know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, family gatherings, I'll always love you because you always were yourself with me. You know, we'd go off into your mom's, you know, little separate
Yeah.
living room, and like you would be yourself. You'd tell me like fuck and fuck, you know what I mean? And I respected that because, you know, it's like you took your mask off.
Yeah, and there's only
And-
like certain people that you can do it
Yeah.
with, and I literally.
That's what you said.
I don't want. I don't. People. Some people are like, well, "Why are you like that with me, but not with them?" I swear on everything, I do not pick and choose
Yeah.
who I'm like that with. It's just.
The comfort.
It's. Yeah. Like it's just something in me, in you or whoever it is, gives me some kind of peace where I feel like I'm not being. Because in my head, like I said before, chaos. It's always. You're being judged. People can see how you feel. You have to do this. You have to do all that. And then, like, with you, like, you're just like, duh. You know, like,
Yeah.
you're just, and so you don't make me feel pressured to be somebody. You don't make me feel pressured to say something, act a certain way. And with that, that is all the comfort that I need. I just I don't like to feel forced to be someone or say something that I'm not or I don't believe. And I mean, and that's in tons of different areas in life, you know. So certain people, I feel that way, and I don't. People hearing this, whatever. I don't want. If I'm closed offish to certain people, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
It's not something that that's me, and you know, I don't care. I only care for certain people. I love everyone.
Yeah.
Like I literally do. And I just want to be able to show that to people. And so that's why I'm working. I've lost my train of thought.
No,
now.
but you're
I'm
kind-hearted.
working
You're
through-
kind-hearted,
yeah.
like in your character. So it's not like, in my opinion, I don't think anyone's got a bad taste of you in their mouth.
No.
Yeah,
I mean-
but that's a fear that I have because it's how I always saw myself. Is I feel like people saw me as who I saw myself as somebody who wasn't there for people, for somebody who
Well,
just
you
didn't
already
care
know
enough.
that. I think you're my big sister. You're their protector. So I mean, hopefully that means.
And see with you saying that, or not just saying that, but what I'm trying to do is to see that and accept it when people tell me that.
Because you don't know how to take it.
Before I would be like, okay, whatever. I didn't know how I felt, but now when people tell me stuff like that, I'm trying to give myself my flowers, like you know, like I don't
Yeah.
know.
You should, yeah.
Yeah, and you should. You deserve that. You
Yeah.
deserve that happiness. You deserve that comfort. Because, like I said, your character has always been, you know, the giving, loving. I don't see anyone having a bad taste of you in their mouth because I don't ever see you in a bad light. You might see yourself in a bad light, but
Yeah.
I don't see that.
I've never even heard you talk bad about anybody.
The only bad thing
Because it's a mind thing, you know.
the only bad thing that I could even think that's just bad is just you're absent.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
that's nothing.
Yeah.
So I think you're your worst critic, but it sounds like you're also coming around to understanding that and working on
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Yeah.
Babe, how comfortable are you being yourself?
Have you seen my TikTok?
Because I got a lot to say.
I love your TikTok,
I got a lot
sister.
to say.
I'm
You've
the
definitely
biggest-
came a long way,
Biggest
baby.
dork you'll ever meet, and I'm okay with that. Like, 20s hard, of course. Maybe for a lot of girls, 20s hard. Mid 30s. I think I loved my 30s. That's when I started accepting myself. But it's also so easy to love myself when I know. It sounds so cheesy, but you
No.
freaking love the hell out of me, and that. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
It's like, that's
that jerk. No, but that makes a difference.
You made me love myself.
No, but that makes a difference. Like, you know, I post something stupid, and you're like, I just love the mess out of you, or, you know, and you've never.
He loves everything about you, and he
Yeah.
makes sure that you know it.
And
Yeah.
you never questioned, like, why are you wearing that? Or why are you even singing when you can't sing?
Yeah.
And why, you know, why are you saying that? Or, you know, even when I posted something on accident on Facebook that was only meant for you to be seen, you're like,
What?
well, I'm not going to tell you not to post that because that's, you wanted to post it, so post it. You know, like, I feel, yeah, I love myself. It's
You
not,
boosted that for her.
yeah, it wasn't
So-
easy getting there. And, you know, like I said about how I try to compare myself with my friends. But, I mean, I accept it. I am who I am, you know, and I'm okay with it.
Christy, we're going on 16 years together.
It's amazing.
And me,
I'm still an
have
introvert, though.
always loved being around people, being with people, having people over, being at someone's house, like being at a fight, pay-per-view fights, and we're probably like 6 years ago, 10 years in, and she's still like, do I have to go? Like, and I'm like, babe, like, get over this bullshit. Like, nobody is there gonna think bad about you. Like, she just had this whole negative, whether it was anxiety, social anxiety, I don't know, but probably like the 6 years
Yeah.
ago is when you've like
Mid-30s.
accepted it and 180'd it, and it's never been like, do I have to go, or can you go without me?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've came a long way,
Because
babe.
I wouldn't have gone to Galentine's. I would have made an excuse. Like, I'm sick. I don't like something.
That's what I'm trying to break out of, is
Yeah.
finding those excuses because of my uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
It's a
Because you can't
process. It's a
get out of that
process.
unless you put yourself in it.
Especially when you're with somebody for so long, it's like you have that comfort. Like, oh, I can be myself, but he has to be right here. But it's like, no, I could be myself
Anywhere.
anytime, anywhere. Because if he loves me and doesn't judge me for whatever I wear, do, say, act, then if anybody else does, well,
Well, who
sorry
cares?
for you. Yeah. So I feel like I have come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's-
have.
Yeah.
We see it. I see it.
Yeah.
I love watching your TikToks because, like,
according to your TikToks, I thought you were like that already. So I don't know.
No, but it still is hard for me. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, sometimes even okay. Speaking of Galentine's, just because it's so recent, that's why I keep bringing it up. My son dropped me off because I wasn't about to drive because we were going to be drinking, and JP was at work. So I was like, Isaiah, I'm nervous. I don't know why. Like, I have butterflies. Like, I still get like that, and they're with girls that are my girls.
yeah.
You know, and he's like, Mom, you're gonna be fine. Like, you're gonna have a good time. And I'm like, you're right. And then that's it. But I still have those thoughts. Like, they're
But
not
you've
not
learned
gone.
to work through them.
Yeah. Yeah. But
That's good.
I mean, but it was bad.
it was
You
real
know,
bad.
like, you tried to really weasel out a lot.
I was fine with you going out without me.
Yeah, I know. But that made it seem like we were bad. You know,
Yeah,
like,
and we
you know,
never
oh, they're
were.
fighting, or
Yeah.
you know.
No. I
But-
just had
And
anxiety.
of course, too, I want you there. I want you
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
And you were still like, no.
I think people are gonna think what they're gonna want to think regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, because like you said, people probably thought you were fighting.
Yeah. And like, I tell our friend
But then
Crystal
you
this
show
all the
up.
time.
You show up without your wife. You're like, where's she
Yeah.
at? She didn't want to come.
She didn't wanna
Like,
come.
what do you like?
I guess it's understanding too. Like they
Yeah.
don't know you as your husband knows you
Yeah.
too.
That's
So
what's hard for me
That's
is-
the thing is like they don't know
Yeah.
you like your husband knows you.
Yeah.
And
And then
I guess that's where my mindset too was like, people are gonna think what they want to think. They don't know. They don't know what you're going through. They
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, they just don't know.
And my
you know?
fear, even with coming on the podcast, my fear is like, I'm sitting with two girls, and I'm not gonna have nothing to say, and that awkward silence, that gives me so much anxiety. Like, what am I going to talk about? You know,
You feel like you have to be the one to fill in that blank, and then that puts more anxiety on you because you're like, I don't know what to say.
and it makes me think like I'm so silly because, I mean, not now. I mean, it's hard to say because I still work through it, but you know what I mean?
No.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I still work through it. I feel like I'm always going to be a work in progress, but as far as like, you know, it is what it is. I'm where I'm supposed to be, and you know, like
I think the art trail really, really did a number on you.
yeah.
Like, and maybe seeing other people like you made you accept. I don't know, because as
You're
the art
right.
trail progressed,
Yeah.
like your fashion became you.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like your personality
I
became
agree.
you.
You had some boots on one time and this cute dress, and it was so artsy and fun, and
You probably need to be in your kind of little environment kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
Like, those people, like, oh, wait, that's the kind of stuff that I like too. So now I can wear it because they ain't going to say nothing because they're wearing it, you know?
Yeah, and you're right.
And taking her to just HEB, the supermarket. And I say that because, I mean, it's just a supermarket.
Yeah.
She talks to strangers more than I do. And if you were to tell me when we first got together that she would ever do that, I'd be like, you're a fucking liar. Because she was so introverted, like shy, but everywhere we go, she's talking to strangers and not like bringing up conversation, but it's like we went to United and you were like, man, that cake looks good. And then that lady opened up quick as shit to you, but you do
Yeah.
shit like that all the time. And if, like I said, if you told me when we first got together that you would ever come to
Be
this,
like that.
I'd be like, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
That's how my husband was. He was more of like I'm like, we can't go nowhere, bro. You want to talk to everybody? And I'm trying to be in and
Yeah,
out. Because
yeah.
I was the same way. I was like, kind of like closed off. Like, no,
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. But I learned like through him, like, because he's like, you just got to talk to people.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to nobody.
And then you never really know like who's, you know, not
how
like,
they're going to come back. at
yeah,
it, like,
yeah, or
reflect.
you know, you might change their life, or
Yeah.
you might make their
Yeah.
day just by having a little stupid conversation about cake.
Yeah.
You know, and so, yeah, like I honestly could say that I'm okay with who I am. Like I love who I am.
Yeah.
And it.
Well, I love who you are.
Thank you. Thanks. What about you?
I feel real bad because my character's always been my character. Outgoing, funny guy. But only certain people really knew who I was. And that was Georgie, Adrian, and Eric. Only them three know who I really was. And date a new girl, whole new persona, her new... to live up to what I thought they wanted me to be, and then that got boring, and then it was like, next, new person, oh, you like this? Well, I'm like I adapted to the shit. I was
them.
I was never myself, but yes, I still had my own characteristics, and my characteristics were always
But up
there.
front.
But as far as like who I was, only Adrian, only Georgie, and Eric knew who I was. And then, I don't know, man. I really don't know what happened, but probably like towards the last years of our partying years, I found it to be dull. I found it to be not boring, because it was always fun, but just like, man, I got to take this mask off. I got to just be me. And when I did that, the partying stopped. Like, the partying was over, and then we started dating, and then I always just felt bad that the people in my partying years didn't really know me.
I
But
think that you see that a lot. That it happens.
Yeah.
Nobody that I used to party with is. Do I talk to them every now and then? Yes. Hello. Hey, I missed you, like that. But how I used to, it's nowhere in my journey.
Yeah.
yeah, like that old.
God will put the new ones in your journey for you.
But that's the thing too, is like all those people in my life are still in my life.
Yeah.
So they now know me. They now see me for who I am. But it was in the past, it was only 3 people that
Yeah.
really knew who the fuck I was. And I tell you all that because I'm so glad that I got dull. I got tired of it, and I just decided I'm gonna just be me. And I love me. I love how I see myself is being the middleman to everything. Like, I want to put you in contact with someone that could help you. I want to put you in contact with whatever you're looking for. I want to be the guy that can get you whatever you want. Like, that sounds bad. Like, not illegal shit.
Oh yeah.
But
know.
you get what I'm
Like
saying?
you just made a thing with somebody for yard work. the
Yeah,
other
with
day.
Zimmerly.
Yeah.
Like, I had a coworker that was looking for some landscaping, and was like, dude, I know a guy. Like,
Right
he's got
away,
a
yeah.
business, and I put him in contact with each other. I don't know. I've always been the guy to help out, and I've always known a lot of people, and I've always been the people that connected
Yeah.
new friendships and just knew everything, and that's how I see myself, but it was never like that. I was a hoarder in information, a hoarder in knowledge, a hoarder in circles. Like, I don't want them to mingle without me. I was that person.
But it also just comes with maturity, though.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Yeah.
know,
And
like
growth.
Yeah, you're right.
what person was
Yeah.
like that?
I
You
think
know
we all
how we
kinda
are
went through
now.
that, yeah.
Back in our 20s,
Yeah.
you know, our partying days.
And then
like,
you said
nobody
you're still
was.
friends with the friends you had before, but y'all grew
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
men, and y'all grew together as men, and as y'all
Mm-hmm.
grew, y'all stood in that comfortness, but y'all were learned to be open with each other
Yeah.
because y'all
And
saw
know-
each other
yeah.
grow, and like your podcast, like y'all were there for each other because y'all were the ones that y'all eventually learned y'all are always with each other. I have to open up to somebody. I have to talk to
Yeah.
somebody. And so, I mean, y'all kind of reached that point in y'all's life where y'all are like, I need to step it up. I need more help. We need to be there for each other more. And it just kind of, just life. God just, makes things
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't beat yourself up about it.
No.
I don't know if you do.
I'm really not
but
beating myself up about it, but I am a
It
little
just
bit
comes to
sad.
mind.
Like, that a lot of great folks in my partying years didn't really know who I was.
Yeah,
Because I put up a front.
yeah.
But
But people know who you are now. And
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am who I am now.
Yeah.
But I guess you're right. I guess it comes with maturity and growth.
Yeah.
But we got to get out of here, guys. I know we're going on 2 hours, but thank y'all guys for coming.
That prayer helped because it didn't feel like 2 hours to me.
Thank y'all for
Thank you,
coming.
Lord.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Deanna,
thank you.
before we leave, do you have any final thoughts?
Let me see. Hold on. I would say if you're struggling with anything in life, no matter what it is, whether you think it's the smallest thing, whether you think it's the biggest thing in the world, if it's important to you, it's important to God.
Amen.
So don't be afraid to lean on Him. Don't be afraid to trust Him, because it can be scary to trust Him. Because at first, I mean, it's you're trusting in God. You can't see Him. You don't know what's to come, but you know that He knows what's to come, and it's for your better. So just trust in Him, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to talk to Him. Don't be afraid to pick up that Bible. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody about God. He's everything. So, I mean,
That was
God's good.
pretty. If it's important to you, it's important to God.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
that's what I got.
Yeah.
Christy, final thoughts?
Yeah. Just know that everything that you go through is not meant for you. It's meant for the next one. To show that you've gone through it and you're still surviving, you're still stepping forward, you're still here fighting through it, gives the next person that is going through the similar things, they can do it too. Gives them hope.
Do
That's good.
you have a like a women's group or like where you share your
Yeah.
stories?
So at our church we have, or where we share our stories.
like your personal.
For the grieving, I'm gonna start helping out for a widows group that we're gonna start at the end of the month. We have like a women's ministry that we have once a month, and it's like a service things like that. But if anybody ever wants to share or
Invite
talk,
me.
like I'm here. Girl, I will. Oh well, it's the I gotta look on the calendar, but yes. And it's all women. We fellowship, we pray, we give the word, we worship, and it's really an amazing experience when you do it with women that
Yeah.
are hungry for God.
Yeah.
But as like to share stories, I mean, we're always like just fellowshipping, and I mean, if you need to reach out.
Yeah.
If it's something that I feel like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not, like I haven't really gone through that, I'll know somebody that will, and I'll connect you with somebody.
That's why I asked, because it seems like your story could help a bunch of people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always open. I'm always open to share, because, like I said, God's good. He's been good to me, even through the worst parts of it. You know, He held me when there was a lot of times where I felt He shouldn't have, or I felt I shouldn't have even made it out. So, yeah, I'm always open to
helping.
fellow. Yeah, always.
Man. Baby, final thoughts?
Yes. So I feel like I was put on this earth to create, and don't matter what kind of creating it is, I hope to inspire other people to create. So, I mean, you might not think that you're good at it, but it doesn't matter if you're good at it. Just go and do it, whether it's crocheting, it's flowers, if it's painting, if it's beading, like whatever it might be, just do it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just go and create.
Just create and do it.
Just do it.
If it makes you happy,
Yes,
do
okay.
it.
Exactly. Just make something and do it. Whether it's videos, like TikTok. Just do it.
I love how when people bring up your TikToks, because like I said, if you told me when we started dating that would be you, I'd be like, you're lying. Like, this lady would never show herself on social media.
Yeah, that's me.
But thank you guys for coming. I appreciate that. I have a new the website is lion44.com, lion44.com. And this is a new online gambling site. And if you got gambling issues, please don't go there. But if you're looking for if you're looking for a new
No, just kidding.
a new spot to have some fun and spend a couple bucks and maybe win a couple bucks, once again, lion44.com.
Don't tell Isaiah.
Those are my new sponsors, and check them out, give them a look, and go to the website. You'll download the app and go from there, and it's everything gambling. But like I said, I don't want to promote this to degenerate gamblers. Like, this is lighthearted and fun. But yeah, shout out to Hub City Buds, Mijo's Food Truck, Bubba and Bree, Cuevas Drive-In, Jimenez and Friends, Copper Lounge. Everybody that fucks with me, I fuck with you, man. And till next time, guys, read some books!
Cloud City.
Hey yo, JP, tell me what's the deal? Is it real that you got the hottest podcast in the land of the trill? Then tell me what's the deal, because I really need to know it. The way you wanna show it, you rip the shit like a pro. You really should be a poet, like Edgar Allan Poe. You killing shit and they just know it. And thanks to San Juan, I got this drink, I might just pour it. Got me feeling like Don Juan, pimping shit while they hoeing. As far as culture goes, we go to bitch and they know it. And I don't like to bloat it, but I know that I'm goated. I know that JP is goated. And this is not a long song, cause the credits are rolling, but I'ma tell you one more time that we fucking goated for real. Best podcast for real. Man, what's the fucking deal, yeah? Like, tell me what's the deal, the best podcast in the West, man, the king of the trill for real.